Hi there, this is Gary Ryan Blair, and in this message, we're going to focus on turning your life into an action movie. With a plot driven with excitement, with boldness, audacity, courage, big thinking, great challenges, and massive accomplishments. A movie that you not only star in, but one where you become your own hero. So let's get after it. Be Your Own Hero is personal. It's a plea from me to you. It's about a choice, and it's about your life. But the choice doesn't require you to quit your job, though it challenges you to rethink how and why you do your job. This message is about love and art in change and fear. It's about overcoming a multi-generational conspiracy designed to encourage conformity and to discourage original thought. It's about initiating new ideas and making a difference, and taking your destiny in your two very capable hands. So why is becoming your own hero so important, and what's the urgency? See, the system we've grown up with is a mess. It's falling apart at the seams, and far too many people are in pain and disillusioned because the things they thought would work out won't. The world is changing rapidly, and the stakes are higher than ever. We're facing full-fledged revolutions on multiple fronts, and there's no end in sight. Nothing is sacred. All rules are being rewritten. No country or currency, no industry or profession, and certainly no company or individual is safe. We're all vulnerable. We're all in the crosshairs, and no one has your back. Hyper-competitiveness, relentless and ongoing challenges, disruptive technologies, and mass consolidation is occurring at warp speed, and it's only going to accelerate. The opportunity of your lifetime has arrived. It's time for you to be your own hero. To be your own hero means being emotionally committed to a cause, to a problem, or a project, which in turn enables you to go to places others are afraid to go, to try things others are afraid to try, and to be the kind of courageous person that others are afraid to be. The world needs people and companies who care about the work they do, the people they serve, the results they produce, and the impact they're making. The world needs strong, courageous, independent thinking people who want to use their creative ideas and their unique talents to make a lasting difference. The world needs leaders who can lead, leaders who set inspiring examples, leaders who demonstrate trust, and leaders who make things happen. The world needs people with guts, people with passion, and people who are willing to be shunned and rejected in the pursuit of their goals and dreams. The world needs connectors, not detractors. We need people who can communicate an inspiring vision, people who can light a fire in the belly of their peers. Most importantly, the world needs you. It needs all of you, the brave you, the risk-taking you, the big thinking and the highly capable of you. See, the world wants what you have to offer, and because of that, the world needs you to make a very important decision. It needs you to raise your hand and to be your own hero. And only you can do it, and you must do it. And I'm hoping you choose to stand up, to put your unique talents to work, to create art that matters, and to choose to make a difference, as the best possible future is one where you fully contribute your true self, your best self. My goal in creating this message is to persuade you that there is an awesome opportunity waiting for you to pounce on it. A chance to significantly change your life and to make your mark. Not by doing things that are easy, but by doing things that are hard, that are demanding, yet highly rewarding. It starts by making a simple choice. Be your own hero. You've no doubt heard this old saying from Aesop's fables. Give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. Well, to best understand why you want to be your own hero, let's examine both sides of this conversation. See, the metaphor of feeding someone, or giving them something to get through and to meet the demands of one day and one day alone, shows that people can only be helped so far. And no matter how you slice it, this is a restrictive, demeaning, and highly manipulating mindset that is fueled by a poverty mentality. And why, you might ask? Well, by providing people with handouts, by removing obstacles from their path, and by eliminating the need for labor and learning from our own mistakes. We're establishing bad precedent. Instead of promoting self-reliance, we're guilty of teaching and encouraging people to become reliant upon others. And relying upon others to do what we can, should, and must do for ourselves is not only unhealthy for our development of skills, it also makes us psychologically weak, confidence deprived, and quite literally, it puts our very future at risk. The principle whereby we totally rely on the support, the guidance, and even nurturing of someone else for too long a period of time is typical of far too many governments, families, and institutions. To be your own hero, to build a purposeful, powerful, and sustainable business, family, or society requires strength, self-confidence, independence, courage, initiative, and most importantly, an appetite and an appreciation for hard work. So what's the benefit of teaching a man to fish? Well, the benefits of teaching a man to fish are numerous and life-changing. Not only does the man become self-sufficient and able to survive without being provided for, but he's also developed a sense of achievement, mental toughness, pride, and fulfillment which can only be viewed as being priceless. So how does an angler feel as he pulls a fish from the water? Well, much better than one is placed generously in front of them merely to eat. Sure, it may be good for a while to be provided for, but the human psyche is bigger than that in a healthy human being. And we all need to be valued for who we are, for what we've become, and for what we're capable of achieving. In other words, we help people best when we teach them how to fish. And by teaching people life, money, and self-management skills, we validate for them who they are and their contribution that they are able to make. And by exposing them to the best practices and challenging them to demonstrate a strong work ethic and self-reliance, their confidence grows, as does their contribution back to society. They know that they are useful and valued, and with this confidence, they will do more. They learn that to stretch themselves is good, that they have within themselves untapped resources which show off the potential that they've always had, but is now released. Indeed, teaching them how to fish realizes not just the material potential they have, but it catalyzes for them in even bigger capabilities for their future. Their development muscle has been stretched and exercised so it becomes bigger, stronger, and far more capable. Now, I created this message to teach you how to fish and how to take complete control and responsibility for your life and your results. How to boldly and confidently take your destiny into your own hands, and how to make your life a living masterpiece. Could there possibly be a better alternative to self-sufficiency? Is there a parent anywhere on the planet who would not want their son or daughter to grow up to be a strong, self-confident, and highly capable human being? What possible downside would following this advice bring to your life? See, it all begins with an understanding of the importance of self-reliance, the make-or-break skill set that you need to unleash your greatness and to be your own hero. Here's the thing about life. If self-reliance means a strong belief in your own ability to achieve success and happiness, then dependency is an absence of such belief. Until you learn to stand firmly and confidently on your own 2 feet and take full responsibility for yourself and your results, and more importantly for your future, you'll never fully know just how strong and capable you really are. And that is precisely why you want to be your own hero. My favorite quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson provides us with the perfect entree into an understanding of self-reliance. What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us. I believe when we all embrace Emerson's observation and became acutely aware of the awesome power that lies within, the world will be radically and immediately altered in a positive way. Now, before we get too much further on this topic, I want to be crystal clear on one point. Self-reliance is not to be looked at as anti-society nor anti-community. Instead, we must view and advocate for self-reliance as a starting point, as a means for being responsible and for carrying your own weight, not as an exclusionary goal. See, self-reliance is a virtue in need of serious cultivation, as it's all about freedom from the control or influence of outside parties. It's a simple concept that encourages each one of us to take full responsibility for our own needs, that being physical, emotional, spiritual, social, and economic. And to put it more directly, self-reliance is an understanding that the pursuit of your hopes, dreams, and goals and desires is the only thing that you're entitled to. See, nobody owes you anything. Zip. Zero. Nada. And yet, even though self-reliance is such a critical life skill, why on earth is society filled with so many wimpy, excuse-making, responsibility-dodging, entitlement-driven people looking for a handout? Well, the answer, like many others, can be found in government and in the home. Many programs throughout the world have been set up by well-meaning individuals and institutions to aid those who are in need. However, many of these programs are designed with a quick fix, short-sighted objective of simply helping people, as opposed to helping people help themselves. And as a result, the beneficiaries of these handouts more than often become dependent upon them. And rather than inspiring self-reliance and encouraging people to becoming their own hero, they often accomplish just the opposite. And it pains me to think just how easily people capitulate their dreams to badges, titles, fears, and manipulative institutions, when choosing to be your own hero is the smartest move that you can make. And to bottom line this point, unnecessary dependence upon others provides a false sense of security that only serves to make you weak and highly vulnerable. It's the ultimate act of self-betrayal, as your talents will never see the light of day. And that's why our efforts must always be directed towards long-term, lifetime solutions, making able-bodied people self-reliant. On the other hand, parents have a sacred responsibility to look after the welfare of their children. As children grow older, they must become more responsible for their own welfare, and they must choose to become their own hero. That's why parents must teach the fundamental principles of working, of goal setting, money management, results orientation, and self-reliance. And why, you might ask? Because it's not what you do for your children, but what you have taught them to do for themselves that will make them successful human beings. The world needs strong, highly capable men and women. Unfortunately, many parents are committing a crime by not teaching their sons and daughters to become self-reliant. And by shielding their children from challenges, from adversity, from failure and unpleasant tasks and even suffering, they're doing more harm than good. See, a little tough love goes a long way in the nurturing of self-reliance. And as you become more self-reliant, you will be prepared to face challenges with conviction and with peace of mind. Or as Mark Twain has beautifully stated, you'll demonstrate the calm confidence of a man holding 4 aces. Okay, so how do you do it? How do you become self-reliant? How do you become your own hero and enjoy greater success, freedom, and control in your life? Well, to be your own hero, you must embrace the power of unconditional responsibility, as it's foolish for any of us to ask for or to accept from others that which we have the power to obtain ourselves. So what follows is your game plan for becoming your own hero in 7 not-so-easy steps. Strategy number 1 is to choose yourself. See, decision precedes action, and you will not become your own hero, nor do you stand a chance of becoming a strong, confident, and self-reliant human being until you decide to choose yourself. The opportunity of a lifetime is to choose yourself, to stop waiting for the perfect time, to stop making excuses, stop underestimating yourself, and to stop selling yourself short. You need to raise your hand. You need to choose yourself. You can't wait for permission to pursue your dreams, and you must live life on your own terms, as no one is ever going to do that for you. Don't waste another moment waiting for someone to say that you're worthy. Fact is, you are. So choose to be your own hero. Stand up, put your chest out, and boldly declare that I have something to say. I know how to make things happen. I'm doing it. And if you want to do it with me, raise your hand. And if you want to be responsible for writing, for speaking, making change happen, just go out there and do it. Waiting to get picked by someone is a cop-out. It's a form of hiding, not hero-like behavior. So look in the mirror. That's your hero. Choose yourself. That brings us to strategy number 2, which is do not conform. Now you, my strong-willed hero, are a nonconformist, a renegade, a rebel, a misfit, a weirdo, a troublemaker, a round peg in a square hole. You are one of those people. Heroes avoid popular opinion. Heroes reject the tyranny of the majority. Heroes refuse to conform to the weak and highly vulnerable will of the masses. Heroes inherently understand that the objective of conformity and compliance is to glamorize, to reinforce, and to celebrate mediocrity, while discouraging original thought, uniqueness, and individuality along with creative freedom and differentiation. And while the majority takes the bait and works hard to fit in, heroes are doing all they can to stand out, to stay true to themselves, and to live life on their own terms. And when someone shouts you can't do that, you need to ask yourself, what happens if I do? See, if the potential reward is large and the negative consequences are small, I suggest you pull the trigger and ride the bullet. When someone says you have to, ask yourself, what happens if I don't? If your distaste for the activity is strong and the negative consequences are weak, shrug your shoulders, walk away, and focus on what brings you pleasure. Fact is, you only have one life, and you don't have to live it the way other people expect you to. Strategy number 3 is to raise your standards. Being your own hero is a direct result of the standards you hold yourself to. Period. Heroes raise their standards. Heroes expect and demand more from themselves and from those around them. Heroes live by principles. They set boundaries and identify behaviors which they will not tolerate. See, to tolerate means to allow the existence, the occurrence, or the practice of something that you do not necessarily like or agree with without interference. In other words, what you put up with, you end up with. See, if you tolerate mediocrity, then you surrender any hope of excellence. If you tolerate excuses, you've allowed behavioral rot to infiltrate your mind. If you tolerate missed deadlines, you will always underperform. If you tolerate procrastination, you'll find it becoming a self-defeating habit. If you tolerate low quality, you'll lose customers' trust and their business. If you tolerate bullying, you've given the bully the green light to continue. If you tolerate physical or verbal abuse, you'll continue to suffer at the hands of it. And if you have the courage to expect and to demand more from yourself and from those around you, and more importantly, if you have the commitment to honor those higher, nobler standards, I promise you this, you will become your own hero. Strategy number 4 is deliver. Contrary to popular opinion, it's not what you know or even who you know that matters most in life. As the number one skill that ultimately determines your destiny, that expands your freedom, and which enables you to become your own hero, is your potential to execute and to drive results. While Superman is blessed with a number of superpowers which allow him to run faster than a speeding bullet, to be more powerful than a locomotive, and which give him the ability to leap tall buildings in a single bound, your greatest superpowers are always going to be found in your delivery skills. You must deliver on your promises. You must deliver before deadlines. You must deliver greater value. You must deliver consistently. You must deliver with a smile. And you must deliver work and results that matter. See, honorable work is the most foundational source of happiness, self-worth, and prosperity. And your capacity to convert ideas and innovations, problems into solutions, and goals into results quickly is what makes you your own hero. No one who has ever lived or ever will has a journey quite like yours. You are unique. Your dreams are wholly your own, yet your journey is universal. It is every woman's and it is every man's. See, heroes deliver. Strategy number 5 is to slay your Goliath. To be your own hero and to live a big, bold, and magical life that you want to experience, then you must face your fears. You have to confront and overcome obstacles, and you must slay your Goliaths. Because everything you want is going to be found on the other side of fear. And don't you ever let the Goliath that stands before you to deter you from what you're destined to do, from where you're destined to go, and who you're destined to become. So you are built for confronting and overcoming challenges and adversity. It's in your DNA as much as it is in the DNA of a shark, an eagle, or a lion. You are made for tough times, to endure, to fight for what you want. And slaying your Goliath is the key to unleashing your greatness and becoming your own hero. So grab your slingshot, strengthen your resolve, and slay what stands in your way. Fear? Lousy job? Failure? Bad grades? Abusive relationship, or even disease? They're all unwanted visitors. And just like David, who took on the mighty Goliath and won, you are stronger, you are smarter, and you are far more capable than any of the giants that stand before you. Every single qualification for being your own hero is acquired through the habit of inconvenience. And of all the strategies advocated, none is of more fundamental value than your willingness to create and to embrace discomfort. See, being your own hero requires an enormous threshold of discomfort, disruption, and inconvenience, mainly because of the many changes, challenges, and sacrifices involved. And every person who's had the courage to become their own hero has formed the habit of doing things that others don't like, want, or simply prefer not to do. They understand that the road to success is constantly filled with acts of discomfort and quite often difficulty. And they choose what needs to be done, regardless of the inconvenience. Heroes are unique in that they are influenced by the desire for pleasing results, while the overwhelming majority of people are influenced by the desire for pleasing methods. Being your own hero is unnatural, and it is not to be achieved by following your preferred likes and dislikes. That's why you must embrace the idea that becoming uncomfortable is not a nuisance, but it's a necessity to achieving that goal. And our final strategy number 7, is to seek adventure. So you're all playing a high-stakes game of one and done, as you have exactly one life in which to do everything you'll ever do. Now you can choose to be a scaredy cat and play it small and safe, or you can seize the opportunity to be your own hero and live the large, beautiful, and adventurous life that you were born to experience. It's the men and women of action, the ones who know what they want and who go for it. They're the ones we admire and who have the most check marks in their bucket list. See, in the end, you will regret the chances you didn't take, the relationships you were afraid to have, the adventures you waited too long to make, and the opportunities that you let slip by. That is why you want to become the hero of your own story. So choose to star in your own action movie. Create a plot dripping with excitement, with boldness, audacity, inspiration, great challenges, and huge accomplishments. A movie with stakes high enough to make it truly riveting, and one that you not only star in, but one where you become your own hero. So it takes courage and character and tenacity to live a life of your dreams. If you're not the hero of your own story, then you're missing the whole part of your humanity. Now I've got an important question for you to seriously consider. Are you ready to do what it takes to become your own hero? See, I'm going to take the liberty of being blunt right now. There's absolutely no point in pretending that being your own hero is anything less than the savviest move that you can make for your life and your career. And while there are plenty of excuses, there's not one good reason for you to procrastinate, to say that the timing is not right, or that being your own hero is not worth your time. That's why you're going to love the 100-Day Challenge. The 100-Day Challenge is an online, hardcore performance acceleration program designed with one purpose in mind: to show you how to unleash your superpowers and to get more accomplished in 100 days than most people do over the course of 10 years. So I know a thing or two about driving radical results fast. And if you have a sincere desire to become your own hero, to play a much bigger game, and to live a life of self-reliance, well, the 100-Day Challenge is the program for you. Over the years, I've become known as the Goals Guy, developed a reputation as someone that immensely successful executives, professional athletes, entrepreneurs, and even special military forces go to when they need to step up their execution skills. In fact, my #1 New York Times best-selling book, Everything Counts, is required reading for all special forces as it focuses in on the critical nature of micro-decisions, on splitting the smallest of details, and executing with speed and precision. And like any world-class competition, the 100-Day Challenge contains the elements necessary for the unleashing of your greatness and for being your own hero. That includes rules, performance standards, accountability, a scoreboard, a finish line, fans, competition, and most of all, fun. And the best part of the 100-Day Challenge is that it's appropriate for everyone in the boardroom, in the classroom, the locker room, and the living room. Now, I promise you, you'll love the 100-Day Challenge, primarily because we focus in on one thing, and that is getting you from point A to point B as quickly as possible, and we're pretty darn good at it. To date, the 100-Day Challenge has delivered jaw-dropping results for more than 530,000 people in over 80 countries around the world, to include some of the best companies in the world. So is the 100-Day Challenge demanding? Does it require discipline, accountability, hard work, sustained commitment, and relentless action? You bet it does. But the results are ridiculously huge and they're life-changing. So why wait another moment? Sign up for the 100-Day Challenge at 100daychallenge.com and start turning your life into an action movie.